Today I'll be continuing What If Naruto Had the Powers of Eren from Attack on Titan. Anyway, without further ado, let's just get into the video, because I already know y'all left a like. Alright, so we open this part with everybody starting to come out of the forest. So when Naruto ends up seeing one of the people that he knows, he kind of grabs them. He's like, so what's the scoop with the people that we about to fight? And they go into this long drawn out explanation. Basically before the right after the villages fell, the Cloud and Stone fell, they went through a massive purge of anybody that they assumed was working with the Akatsuki or the Stone. The Stone did it to, oh, you're working with the leaf or something like that, when they weren't. Anyway, it was dark times, so a lot of people were getting killed by each other because they were underneath the assumption that someone had spies. And Naruto's in his head so both of these villages contributed to their downfall. And Sasuke is yeah, they whole contributed to all of that. And Naruto asks them so what's going on now? And they were well, after the villages fell, the Akatsuki after a while came and moved in and took everybody that had a decent amount of chakra or could make anything. Basically they made their own village. It's off in somewhere where the Cloud Village used to be. And so Naruto was so what's coming up on us? And Sasuke kind of explains it there are some Titans that are fighting with them, and then there are other Titans that they fight themselves too. They're the ones that just randomly pop up everywhere every once in a while due to an Akatsuki member going rogue and trying to make their own little league of Titans. And it always ends up going bad. So since those ones don't normally end up, acting like the ones that are on their side, they end up having to kill them because 9 times out of 10 they're just mindless anyway. And Naruto, he understands that, okay, but so what are we dealing with? And Sasuke kind of tells him it's a mixture of stone, cloud, a little bit of sand, and some Leaf Village people, but that's about it as far as they're aware of. And then when people start coming out, they start seeing they got some small Titans, a few heart-based Titans, the ones that can carry people. So yeah, it's a few of them. And you got ones with a decent sized cannon on it. So they see Naruto and they're oh yo, he's up. Somebody has to go and alert the Akatsuki because he's up. Somebody has to go and alert their council because Naruto's up. So one of their people try to get away, and Naruto, before he can even get I'm gonna say two trees away, there's this small pike thing going through his body. It's not small to them, it's massive to them, but it's small to Naruto. He made a crossbow and shot him with the bolt. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. He obliterated him. So yeah. And Naruto, he tells him I'm sorry, but I can't allow y'all to leave. That's not how this is gonna work. And Naruto tells everybody on his side to basically try to surround them. So now everybody's no, because they have Titans, and if we surround them, that's easy pickings. And Naruto turns around and was we're on the offensive now, surround them. And they see the glint in his his little Warhammer eyes, and they're you know what, you got it. So they start surrounding him, and some of them do, sadly enough, end up getting injured by a Titan, but not enough to where they're out of commission, because Naruto is there with the damn crossbow. So it's not Naruto can just shoot them in the back of the neck. So yeah, so at the most they probably got a few broken bones due to the Titans just grabbing them severely hard. Anyway, so after all of that's over, they end up finding the leader, because all the little Akatsuki think just like a normal army, they have small leaders in them. So they end up finding him, and they take him back to the Leaf Village, and Hinata ends up pulling this little thing up out of his mouth, basically stopping himself from killing himself. And they end up finding out that just in case if that didn't work, there's a whole bunch of extra stuff on him. So it was an extensive process of de-arming his body from killing him. So after they ended up, cleaning him up, Naruto kind of turns around and he pulls the Raikage to the side, and he was so this is one of your people, isn't it? And the Raikage tells him like we didn't have the best moments when you were gone, but it doesn't matter now. We're together. And Naruto was like, so what's that supposed to mean? And Jiraiya kind of like walks up to Naruto and he puts his arm over Naruto and he's like, so basically what's happening now is that we're going to try to reform him. And if that doesn't work, we're just going to kill him because Akatsuki members are quite dangerous. So it's either he can be reformed and just become a new, he could just be a very cold cloud ninja, or he could just be another dead Akatsuki member. We've killed several. And like, Naruto's like, Jiraiya, are you okay? And he's like, no, I'm not. You ever seen a child get eaten? And Naruto was like, you know what? I'm gonna just stop you there. I don't even want to know how you know. I'm gonna just stop you there. So, like Itachi, he's like, yo, Naruto, you want to try something out? Like, let's go to like the nearest training ground. Let's just see something. And Naruto, he's confused because Itachi seems really excited. So they go to the training ground, like just one of the little training grounds, and they take the Hokage, like the Hokage saw how excited Itachi was, so they went with them. So now everyone that, with higher rank kind of is going to know what's going to happen. So he tells Naruto to like transform into, not the colossal Titan, but any Titan form that, any decent sized Titan form. So Naruto, just standard, he transforms into his little, a little Salt Titan. And Itachi, he uses his Susanoo, and he starts like trying to wrap his Susanoo around Naruto. And like how it worked is it's kind of cool. I'm saying like Itachi's on the back of the nape of Naruto's neck. So he has like this extra amount of armor around it. No, I wouldn't say that. I'm gonna say he's on his chest or something like that. But basically, Itachi and Naruto just made like, yeah. So like all the Hokage are kind of like standing here and like, wait, so you just gave Naruto your armor? And Itachi's like, not necessarily. I could still use like my armor and stuff. I'm basically just making it to where he doesn't like take much damage and like he can just fight way longer. And like Naruto's like, I kind of like this, and he's like, yeah, like this is kind of cool. And like off in the distance, they see like this huge lightning bolt strike, but it's like a few like 100 miles away, so it really catches their attention. So like Naruto de-transforms, and they look over there because it's a Titan, so it could have probably saw Naruto. So he de-transforms, and they start looking over there, and they don't see anything, but they know there's something out there. So Naruto, he starts looking, like he starts asking the Nine Tails, like, hey, like what's the plan here? And the Nine Tails was like, you know what? I think we should. And Naruto, he transforms again, but like everybody gets that same feeling that one day when he transformed. So they all start like looking at it, and they see like, yo, like he's back in the Nine Tails, Titan transformation. And when Naruto transformed, he's almost able to instantly locate. Because it's like, his sense of smell is like just amazing in this form. That's one of his perks. His sense of smell is amazing, and he's a sniper. So his sight and smell are amazing. So he sees like this Titan moving at like breakneck speeds toward them. So he starts charging up a decent sized tail beast bomb. And Itachi gets on Naruto, like tries to like climb up Naruto's shoulder to see what's going on. But the closer he gets to Naruto's shoulder, like the heavier the air over there is. Like Naruto is not only making this tailed beast bomb, but he's condensing it. So whatever is like coming after them has to be dangerous enough for Naruto to want to leave a sizable crater in the middle of the training ground of leaf villages. So he fires it, and it blows up. And when they get to the location of where Naruto just decided to nuke, they see like it's like one of the Akatsuki members' like best soldiers. Basically, they have bounties on their heads, and there's like 4 of them out there. And the one that they caught just now is not one of the best, but he's one of the like most scariest because he's fast, and that's like literally the only thing that was going for him. So Naruto would just blew him up. So yeah, they ended up finding like the remains of one of the Akatsuki members, and they forgot to tell Naruto about it. Like some of them actually do still hold control over their minds, and they are completely devoted to the Akatsuki. And they've done like horrible things. Like this man has racked up like over like 300, like not 30,000 like kills on battlefields. Like he's destroyed almost like all of the allied forces just by running through them because how fast he is, and he would just let like the other people after running through them just run, you know. And Naruto basically like he sees like dude, he's not dead completely because his Titan did hold some type of like hardening crystal, so he wasn't dead completely. So he like Naruto starts seeing him move, and he's like, oh, okay. So he starts walking over there and he transforms and everybody's like, whoa, so like what is he doing? And Naruto picks the dude up in his Assault Titan form and he opens his mouth and they're like, wait, no, Naruto, don't, you don't have to do that. And Naruto was like, oh, but I do. And he drops him in there and Naruto just starts crunching on him. And Naruto, like he detransformed and the Raikage asked him like, so what was that about? Like everybody's like kind of questioning, why did he do that? And Naruto kind of tells him, like, he looks at him and he's like, protein. And this is where I'm gonna end this part off. If y'all enjoyed the video, drop a like. If y'all enjoy my content, please subscribe. Anyway, this has been Shinobi. Peace.